This episode of the Fire Alarm Insider is proudly brought to you by Securities, your trusted partner in fire alarm and security solutions, protecting lives and businesses one system at a time. Welcome back to the Fire Alarm Inside, the go-to podcast for fire alarm professionals, beginners, and industry insiders. I'm your host, Anthony T. Richardson, and today I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can get a job as a fire alarm technician, even if you have zero experience. If you ever been thinking about getting into the fire alarm industry but don't know where to start, this episode is for you. I'll cover what certifications you need, how to get hands-on experience, where to find jobs, and how to make yourself the best candidate even if you've never worked for a fire alarm company before. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. It really helps more people find this information. So the first thing you want to do is get some basic certification. Let's start with the basics. Fire alarm systems are regulated by safety codes, and most employers prefer candidates who have at least some level of certification. But don't worry, you don't need a college degree to get started. Here's some certification that you can start with by investing in yourself. You can get the OSHA 10 all the way up to your OSHA 40, which is your SST. You can go to 360.com to get your basic safety training, invest a little money in yourself so that way you can get your OSHA construction certification. The next is you want to get your at least NICET level 1. And if you're in New York City, the caveat is to get your S95 or your S98. To get those, you would need a recommendation from another fire alarm company. However, you can still train for your NICET level 1 and download some certificates so that way you could at least show the company that you are ahead of an entry-level person trying to apply for this job. The next step is you could become a member as an individual or as a professional. The individual is free. The professional is a paid count of roughly $200 for the year. You could register with the NFPA 72 so that way you could get the books, the NFPA 72, the Life Safety 101, the NEC. You get these books so that way you could have an understanding of the codes and requirements for electrical and fire alarm systems. The next thing is you want to look at NTC. This is the National Training Center. There you will get more information on NICET certification and fire alarm systems. And the last one I want to give you is the caveat is the ESA. This is the Electronic Security Association. And all of these places I'm giving to you, you're going to have to pay for in order for you to advance yourself to apply for a fire alarm technician. This is putting you 10 times ahead of someone who don't even have these qualifications, even if they have the experience. At Securities, we understand the importance of having a trusted partner in your corner. Whether you're launching a business or expanding your services, we're here to help protect what you've built. Visit www.securities.com to learn how we can support you. Now, if you're wondering where to get these OSHA's NFP trainings, they all can be found online. You could do a quick Google search so that way you could find how to get your OSHA 10, 30, or 40, how to get NICET level 1, 2, 3, or 4, how to get NFPA training. And you could also search for the National Training Center, which is NTC, or you could look for ESA, which is the Electronic Security Association. Okay, so now that we got these basic certifications out the way, the next step is how do I actually find a job? So some of the best job searches that I use when it comes for me looking for jobs is Indeed. Indeed has a lot of good fire alarm jobs. You want to search for jobs like fire alarm helper, entry-level fire alarm technician. You could also work for an electrical contractor because they do fire alarm systems. There are also security-specific companies that only do burglar alarms, cameras, and card access systems. And then there's just fire alarm companies that do fire alarm systems only. And then there's companies that do both. So you have a whole lot of options that you can work with when it comes to finding a job within this market. And also LinkedIn. I like LinkedIn because you could directly connect to someone. You don't have to spam no one. The way you do it is you have to get to know a person. And how you get to know a person is you just like their post, comment on their post, share more valuable information, do that a few times, then slide in the inbox, slide in the DM with a very professional introduction of who you are, because you've been liking and commenting for, let's say, a few weeks. So now this person has seen your name and you didn't ask for anything. So now this person is seeing that you're sharing some value. So when you inbox or slide in the DM, they're not going to ignore you because they see that you're giving them value. The next thing is Zip Recruiter. You also want to search for a fire alarm helper and entry fire alarm technicians. Same rules apply. Electrical companies, specific security companies, specific fire alarm companies, and fire alarm and security companies. You could also do a quick Google search around your local area, fire alarm companies in my area. Call them up and see if they're looking for someone. Or you could search the big names, like, all these big name companies. Just go to their website, apply on their job board, and see what happens. Another thing you need to understand that many fire alarm companies don't even post jobs online. So what I used to do was go straight to their office, dressed up in a suit and tie with my resume in my hand, and see if they're looking for any technicians. I did that all the time. So I did all of these different avenues when I was looking for a job. Search online, go call them, look for different companies I could work for, and show up straight to their office. Now let's talk about hands-on experience. Some of the ways you could get experience is shadowing other fire alarm technicians. You have to be careful with this one. You have to find the right technician, the right person that you actually vibe with, because what I've come to experience in this field, which is the reason why I started my own business, was a lot of jealousy. I don't understand why people would not share their knowledge to help the person that was coming up. Because if we all are nice within this company, that means the whole company is nice, not just you. We don't have to worry or send and wait for you to go handle complex problems because you're the only one that know it. So if we all are good, then I mean the company is good. The company can send whomever and not just have to wait for you, things like that. So you got to be very, very careful with that when shadowing other fire alarm technicians. Just try to soak up whatever knowledge you can, and whomever you job with, that's the one you mess with. And don't be afraid to call tech support. I had every number of tech support in my phone on speed dial. You can help an electrician. Their work is similar to fire alarm. They work on a higher scale. Low voltage is less than 30 volts. High voltage is anything above 30. So they have bigger wires, but it's pretty much the same thing. We have to run wires. We have to bend pipe. We have to drill through walls. We have to do the same kind of installation. It's just that when it comes to fire alarm, we pull out the laptop at the end and then we make everything work with programming. You could also learn from YouTube. I do a lot of videos on YouTube when it comes to fire alarm. There's not really that I found when it comes to fire alarm, so that's why I'm doing it. I also have a free training center. You can go to my website to sign up for the free training center. Just to let you know, I'm only letting 100 people in, and it's 50 at the door right after that. So you could practice with old equipment. I used to buy, when I was working with a security company, I used to buy either a small camera system. Usually I would ask the company, hey, could I take this home, or could I purchase it from you, whatever the case may be. I would ask them. If not, I would go buy whatever I needed to buy. I used to go buy pipe, bought me a bender, learned how to bend pipe, all in my garage. I did everything myself that I had to learn. I took the manuals, I read them. I took parts home, I read them, I installed them. I really got my practice in to get better at what I was doing. It took me 10 years before the light bulb clicked. It was like, oh, I understand it. So if you frustrated because you don't know it yet, just give yourself time. That's all. Just keep doing the same thing that you're doing. As long as proper practice, you'll get it. So the goal here is not to get comfortable with tools, wiring, and basic troubleshooting. Even if you can't talk about fire alarm systems in an interview, this will still make you stand out. So now that you got some knowledge and experience, we got to talk about how we put it all together in a resume. And I like my resumes basic, clean, white tee, blue jeans, white Nikes, Yankee hat, crispy blue, basic. So a fire alarm technician must have your certifications, those classes that you took, even if they was on YouTube. Log those hours, 3 hours of watching X on YouTube about this, and then explain it so that way you can show them that you have an understanding of what you're talking about. Any related experience, some construction, electrical, security systems, you could do some work, some volunteer work. Not everything has to be paid because you're getting $1 million worth of game through knowledge. So the money will come, may not be right then and there as you need it, but the wealth of knowledge that you're getting at that particular moment is going to make you more money in the future. You definitely have to learn skills about wiring, troubleshooting, electrical theory, how to read blueprints, symbols, designs, and things like that. You also want to have a good, strong cover letter to show your eagerness to learn. Now, I have plain Jane templates that you could download that I'll leave the link in the show notes or in my description, so that way you could download the plain Jane resume and the plain Jane cover letter. So that way you can go ahead and put your experiences, put your certifications, and put all your knowledge and skills on this resume and put your best foot forward. Keep in mind, even if you don't have any direct experience, you must emphasize on your training, your willingness to learn, and your hands-on skills. This will help you land your first job. All right, so let's recap. If you want to get hired as a fire alarm technician with no experience, you must follow these steps. You must get some basic certifications, your OSHA, your NICET, your S95, S98. You apply for your jobs on Indeed. Look for people on LinkedIn and company websites. Try to get some hands-on experience, shadowing some other techs, YouTube videos, money that you spend on yourself to take these training courses, and you must build a strong resume to show your employers that you're eager and willing to learn. I guarantee, if you stay consistent with these steps, you'll land your first fire alarm tech job sooner than you think. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to the Fire Alarm Insider. Also connect with me on LinkedIn and Instagram for more fire alarm career tips. And if you have any questions, DM or drop me a comment. I love to help. So I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the Fire Alarm Insider for more safety notes, industry insights, and expert advice. And hey, if you have any fire-related questions or topics you want me to cover, reach out to me on social media. You can follow me on Facebook at Securities, Instagram at The Fire Alarm Expert, TikTok at The Fire Alarm Expert, and you can find me on YouTube at The Fire Alarm Expert. You could also visit our website at www.securities.com. So stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.